Here are some special effects you can do on your watercolors. I'm Jess Rice. I'm an art teacher, and beginners are my specialty. My painting is just getting to a perfect temperature. Paint's all sitting on there, I have lots of pigment. It's just starting to dry just a little bit. The shine's going back off of it. Perfect time to add some special effects. So I'm going to choose different corners here and do a different special effect in each one just to show you the difference between them. First one up here, I'm going to use a bit of splashing water. I just dip my finger right in my water and flick it right on an area that I want that special effect. This is great for animal fur, for texture on coats, for clothing. It just adds a little bit of texture in your watercolor. I like that effect. As soon as the water hits your pigment, it pushes pigment away. Down this corner, I'm going to use a little bit of salt. Salt has a similar effect, but it's slightly different. I like to use nice coarse salt, which I usually just grind up a little bit. So I have all sorts of different sizes of salt. I've got thick salt, I've got really thin salt, I've got all sorts of different sizes of salt. I've got a nice wet area here. It's still got quite a bit of water in it. It's going to add a little bit of salt to that area. You can add quite a bit to get a really interesting effect. What happens, that salt starts to melt, and again, it starts pushing the pigment away, but it makes all sorts of crystallized patterns in your watercolor. That takes a little bit of time to react, so we'll let that sit. We'll come back to it, and it'll look much different. Something else you can do in another area here, watercolor is just starting to dry. You can take a credit card and do a little bit of scraping. You can use the corner of it, or if you want a bigger scrape, you can use the whole side of the card. I like to use my credit card if I'm painting rocks. It's really great for scraping out rock areas. Let's pretend we have some rocks down in this area. You want to take your credit card, with quite a bit of pressure on the corner of it, pushing down on your thumb, with your thumb. You want to get fairly tight on your watercolor paper, and you can scrape a little bit of pigment off. Flat side of the card for a wider stroke, or the corner of the card for a thinner stroke. Maybe to create some trees along here. You can use the corner, or you can use the big flat side, get a flatter scrape. You know your watercolor paper is ready to go when you scrape and the color stays away. It doesn't fill back in. So those are several different types of special effects you can use in your watercolor. You can also use wax, you can use alcohol, you can use tape, you can use all sorts of things. These are the three that I use most commonly.